Yes, people, myself, TS. This one just talking about Eddie Nketiah. Now, earlier on in the season, there was all this talks about him turning down contract offers from the club. There's been no further talk on that. I think potentially maybe both himself and the club have got to the stage where they understand that, he's going to leave at the end of the season. There's been no talk of a pre-contract agreement, which to me probably states that, he's likely to be staying in England, and obviously no deal can be done until his contract is officially terminated at the end of June with Arsenal. So in this one, I'm just thinking about where he potentially could end up. Again, no disrespect to the lad, but he's not exactly going to leave Arsenal and go to Man City. So I'm looking at it from the bottom of the table. I'm thinking, so there's Norwich, who is going down. Would he move there? I remember actually in January I thought that it'd be a good move for him to move to somewhere like Norwich. Kind of get a lot of minutes, whether it's playing through the middle, playing off the left, and just kind of fight, do what you can, and even if they go down, fight with them. In the championship for the following season. Alongside them, you got Burnley, who again I think is that guy, something Horst Hurst. I doubt he moves there. You got Watford sitting in the bottom three, and I can't see him moving there either. Now, a team I potentially can see him moving to, who's down the bottom, and the only way I probably see him moving there is if they get relegated, is Everton. Now, he might feel like, well, the Championship is below his level, but sometimes you just need to go somewhere and just build back. I look at Tammy Abraham, did decent in the Championship, did decent in the Prem following that. And I think, a consistent run of games would do him the world of good. I think, there'd be less pressure at him at a club like Everton than there is at Arsenal. And the only reason I could see him ending up at Everton if they get relegated, because I couldn't see Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison still being there following that. Neither would the likes of probably Solomon Rondon as well. So, that is a potential for him, or even any of the teams that come up from the Championship. I'll be honest, I don't really check the Championship too tough. I think Blackburn somewhere in the playoff positions. I presume Fulham must be up there because Mitrovic has been breaking records. Credit to him for that, but then, it's all good breaking records in the Championship, but then if he comes to the Premier League season and scores 5 goals, it's not going to have been worthwhile, that stat. But, I think it'd be either one of those clubs down the bottom, a team coming up from the Championship, or it could be Crystal Palace, who, Vieira seems to be quite keen on him, tried to get him in the summer. I think they tried to even put in a bid in January. As Eddie, an Arsenal academy player, playing under, an Arsenal legend, so be it not Arsenal, and might do him the world of good. He wouldn't be a guaranteed starter at Palace, but I think Jordan Ayew's out of contract at the end of the season. So you got Edouard, who for some parts of the season weren't even playing through the middle for Palace. You've got Benteke, who I believe he's got 1 year left in his deal, but if they're able to, they might try and move him on. I just think he's on a lot of money that they're unable to offload him. I think even Palace would be a good move for him. Again, it doesn't mean he needs to go somewhere to be a starter, but a team like Palace, still within London, not much, shouldn't be much changes in terms of lifestyle and stuff. But I think that again could be a good move for him. I'm not too sure what QPR are in the Championship, but teams like that would be a good step for him. And he's definitely a player that I've always felt with a decent run of games in the Premiership. I thought he could get somewhere between 10 to 13 goals, being generous. I think if he goes down to the Championship, he's got to be looking at somewhere of kind of 15 goals minimum, and that's just my opinion on it. Again, at the end of the day, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but this is definitely a player with some talent. No, he's not the next Mbappe, Haaland, etc. But he's definitely a lad with potential to do something. And I think moving to the right side where he's able to get a decent run of games, get a decent set of minutes, and kind of have a manager put their arm around him and kind of guide him in the right way, you'll see the decent player that he is. So that's my thoughts on it all. Obviously, in due time, we'll see what happens with Eddie Nketiah. Whatever he chooses to do, I wish him the best, and big up himself and each and every time. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you haven't already done so, hit the subscribe button now, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.